Hello everybody, here's your Strategy Wolf and welcome back to Strategic Command American Civil War. We're in the 11th turn and yeah, let's go in together and already see what the opponent has done. Okay, here we are, let's go. Okay, starting apparently in the Rocky Mountains, but we can't see the movements, fleet movements. Take back Cairo. Oh, the ship attacks us, okay. And again, further skirmishes or attacks on Potomac. Oh wow, that's kind of serious. Not expected this intensity. On Jefferson City holds another round. Wow, crazy. Okay, so Cairo goes back to the Union, the port as well. One brigade lost. I guess this was the one at Cairo itself on the river that we shot down to one. And pro-Confederate bushwhackers caused disruption in Missouri, okay. And yeah, the regular Norfolk blockade. And the Confederate fighting spirit falls as excess supply reduces the price of cotton. Ah yeah, now we're in turn 11, so our income has lowered. And yeah, after the event in first turn 1. Okay. Mr. President, there has recently been an incident between the Navajo tribes of western New Mexico and the garrisons of federal forts in the area. Although the Navajo have no interest in our cause, they have been hostile towards American settlers since the end of the Mexican War. If we are able to advance far enough north towards Albuquerque, the Navajo may be convinced to become more aggressive against federal forces in the territory, which will make our own fight easier. Recommendations: march north towards Albuquerque to convince the Navajo to join our side in the war. And we get the Jackson HQ. Okay, let's have quickly look together where Albuquerque is located. Here. So, and this is probably where the Apache are located. So yeah, of course we'll try. Anyways, as you know, I'm gonna be back after I have a look and get my thoughts, and we'll be right back to present you the strategies. See you in a second. Okay guys, we are back, and as always we're gonna start in the very west in New Mexico / Arizona, and our new brigade has arrived coming from Texas. So let's go here on the offensive, since we should be more. I have no idea what's up here, but let's just try. Nice, we cut off these dudes in Fort Thorne. So in the end we can make use of our other troops, let them march up here. And I think in the next turn we might be able to take it, or latest the turn after, so we continue marching north until we meet real resistance. Yeah, it's just a regiment, so yeah, not a big deal. Then going to Texas, I told you I wanted to move this one due to rail movement. And if I do so, I just realized this is a tiny railway. I didn't expect this. I thought this was connected to the rest of the Confederate railway system, but not at all. So actually, no, we're not gonna do this. Instead, since I was thinking I can march them out here, which takes kind of forever, I'll take the a little more risky way and try to ship them out here from Galveston. Maybe here into the Mississippi River and up here somewhere. So this could be the fastest and one of the cheaper ways. It's just risky that we might be attacked while we're here in open sea, but yeah, I'm happy to take the risk. Let's see. So much about these dudes. Here we can just keep on attacking. This time 1 damage for them, 0 for us. Here we saw a retreat of this regiment, but this is not going to escape. First of all, we're gonna take Fort Gibson with the HQ. This brigade I can take up here, so we're closer to the supply, as well as these Indians can go here. Yeah, actually we don't even... Yeah. For the experience. Let both of them fight. So much about this regiment. Yeah. Just for the sake of taking their view, so they don't have this field anymore for any reconnaissance. So nice. So we cleared this one out, which is pretty awesome. So there's this one left, and Fort Gop over here. So maybe we're gonna push over here to really get rid of this too, so we can focus all our native troops over here in the Indian territories to support the Missouri front. Coming to Missouri. So once again, of course, as always, we're going to reinforce Jefferson City to 5. As always, Yeah, we've been waiting here. It's like every turn to Jefferson City to fall, but it's not falling yet. And I don't see strong forces. I feel like over the time, these dudes would definitely conquer Jefferson City, but since the last time we moved up here, if you remember, there was some hectic going on. And since this worked out pretty nicely, and I don't expect strong countermeasures or other strong units in this area, I'll just go for it again. And this time, I will even try to relieve Jefferson City with here, because this is I think this is a pretty atypical play so far, that we're in this position anyways. But let's see if we can cause some damage. I mean, best case, we can even break up the connection and manage to get Jefferson City. I don't know. Which would bring us in an awesome position, disrupting here the western supply line. So this is a pretty basic one, and here's mainly still Confederate control, since all the troops were coming here instead of occupying these tiny towns. So yeah, I like it, and I'm not thinking that I'm necessarily going to have a lot of success here, but just for the disruption and the annoyance, I'm a big fan of that. So let's try this again. And this time, the last time, I was giving out credits for the good protection of the supply lines, but yeah, oh my god, this doesn't look very well. And even here's an industrial center in reach, so yeah, they're cut off basically from the east. Yeah, over here, but yeah, here's no. They will get some supplies, but this is a problem for them. So actually. Okay, no further troops here. We will support this with bringing up the price HQ here. And just to hold this river position for... Or actually not, let's just stay here. Oh, no damage for them, but further morale. So at least this is going to get them nervous, I think. Shall we stay here and retreat so that they can't cut us off? Now let's do this for... security reasons. We're still here danger, and I feel like in case they decide to attack us here, we can always retreat back. So actually quite nice. And this one, I'm really going to be interested how the enemy is going to handle this. I mean, of course, they can always bring troops here, like new troops, which basically would lead to a weakening of the troops here, as we see now. They protected Cairo now. There's a Union, like they lost one brigade, but every unit that is missing here, let's say, in the moment in Kentucky joins, maybe gives us more space to maneuver up and take more of the lands and bring us in a sweet position at this time. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, all the plans are going to be overthrown by the first contact with the enemy. Famous quote. So I think Clausewitz, but actually I don't want to be too ashamed right now. So yeah. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. Cape Girardieu, we keep the... yeah, we can't take Cairo right now anymore, but maybe we should have tried to defend it, I don't know. Anyhow, but still we want... now we have the cavalry left over, and we can use it later to support the supply lines here or anything that's going on. So we wanna reinforce it to 10, which is quite costly, as you see, 56. With this brigade, we're gonna fire back at the ship, cause some damage, and then take New Madrid just to have it back in our control. Yeah, so much basically about Missouri. The other dudes stay here in position. Yeah, maybe can move up to Fort Baxter actually for better reconnaissance. This brigade here still to open up supply lines, if you remember correctly. But let's keep it on the mind for a bit, and I feel like with the upcoming natives cavalry we can anyhow control this plains very nicely. So probably I'm going to have cavalry in Fort Baxter at some point. Yeah, so Johnson, we put him here last turn. Are we moving him up already? Yeah, I assume so. Why not? Yeah. Johnson goes up. Okay, we're coming to the Eastern Front, so... okay. We have something... actually, let's do Virginia first. So, also West Virginia is a place where I'm really surprised that the enemy units didn't push further, so there was basically no resistance. And now we got this beautiful little partisan over here, which is a perfect spy here to see what's going on. We're gonna protect this bridge, and I feel like there's no troops here. And since we check, we have kind of okay supplies, since we as long as we control these towns that give us 8 supplies, so we can go ahead and spy what's going on over here. I mean, we could potentially march towards Parkersburg with this brigade. So yeah, and by standing up here, that makes kind of the defense here a little bit redundant. So we could take, actually I'm gonna march these rangers out from their original purpose and potentially bring them here in this area, since we have a mine here to protect as well, some heavy terrain, this at the border to Kentucky, so the Tennessee-Kentucky eastern border, and I feel like they can be pretty useful, and we don't need them here since this regiment and the partisans are controlling the streets, and even if they fall, I will have enough time to reinforce the area to defend the important targets, so this is fair enough. But shall we go and try? Yeah, this is an offensive and bold round, so let's do it. Excellent. Apparently even Parkersburg is not being defended, which is an awesome situation here with this brigade. I don't know what's going on over here, but actually now I'm taking the regiment back and probably moving it over here to just hold this river crossing at Guyandot. And we should be set in a pretty nice, yeah, safe situation. And as I said, like, this partisan is really good spying in this area and does need a lot of supply, so that's great for us. Okay, with like, happily we can move these south and then come to the main front, to the Potomac front, where we've been reporting a lot recently. And we saw strong counteroffensives by the Union and damaging our brigade down to 4, which obviously needs to be reinforced. But with the low morale and readiness, I don't want to keep it in this position, so I'm going to exchange it with this one and reinforce these here. You see, if like taking up 200 is like 60, it's quite a lot, but yeah. So I hope this one is safe. The shuffle of the HQs also paid off, I think, since now we have basically these 5 units under Johnston and these 4 units here under Beauregard. And now coming to Cumberland. We spied here a little bit last turn, and we see Cumberland unprotected, which is a fighting spirit objective. As I told you before several times, there is definitely this kind of event apparently, and I was warned about crossing the Potomac. Only if you have a substantial invasion force going on, otherwise they get volunteers or some events that lead to more troops for the Union. However, I couldn't find any material on this certain event, and I'm not sure if it just regards to crossing it here or here in this area close to Washington or these main centers. And since I feel kind of strong at the moment, I will risk it. And yeah, this is a bold round, I told you. So I will use this cavalry. This is the heroes from Alexandria, by the way, to also take Cumberland and therefore trigger another fighting spirit objective. You read in the beginning, mine dropped a little bit. US increased by 1. So anyways, yeah, I will, even if there's extra volunteers that trigger, they have to break through this line first, and I got reinforcements also. The winter is coming in, or the autumn. So yeah, let's risk it. I'll take it, and let's see if the event triggers. And even if it does, I think the event would decrease the fighting spirit even further. I could even bring this brigade over here. Maybe you can hold it for a round. I'm not really intending to cross here, you know, but the confusion is going to be big. Are we going further? I don't want to risk our heroes. The question is just, where do I move these guys? Either to Cumberland or here in the forest. I think the cavalry can defend Cumberland for 1 turn. Oh, but where's the advantage of defending Cumberland? I'm kind of wondering. There's no defense value. Oh, they have entrenchment extra? Why? Anyhow, it's just a fighting spirit. There's no big value. I mean, I could go deeper, which will probably lead to the loss of this brigade, and I'd rather save it. So maybe I retreat here to the... So they can't see it anymore. There would be ambush, and these dudes... I don't care for Cumberland too much. They hold this position, and this HQ moves 1 further. So let's see if Polk gives them a pretty decent supply in this area and should be able to command. It's on Odysseus, so yeah. Let's see if this was a turn of huge implications. I don't know why Cumberland wasn't really defended, but yeah, another fighting spirit bonus, and that's for us, and this is what the game is about. And I just read on the search for the end, I was going through the strategy guide a bit, and it said basically even if the the war can be won next to Atlanta if the enemy is at the doors here, if the fighting spirit is dropping enough. So yeah, let's see. We're all learning, so it's an interesting one. Anyhow, we've been talking about this one, that we want to protect Norfolk pretty much. Yeah, so this one's going here. On the long term, I will put another brigade here probably, and another one here. And best case, we need 3 more brigades. But also we'll get engineers to, I wanted to build some fallbacks line here basically, but maybe with a second engineer, I will also go here and build some kind of Atlantic Wall imitations, some kind of naval fortifications here. Maybe we're gonna even buy another engineer for these tasks. Yeah. Anyway, so this is what happened here. So basically we're done with the fighting for this turn. As there's no really interesting options for us to attack. Let them do the work over the river. That's fine for me. And yeah, the ships stay in harbor. Let's look at my list, nothing special going on. So yeah, then let's go to the final investments. And this time, I was talking about it a lot recently, about diplomacy and so on. And I have decided I will invest heavily, since as long as we have a lot of income and put MPP leftovers. So, and I also compared to the last turn, due to the new situation, these relations increase slowly. So we had, with the UK, we had 10% last turn, France 16, Spain 11. So these increased by 2, this by 1. Kentucky was, I didn't really note down, Apache was 0, Navajo 83, Pueblo 38. So those didn't change at all, but these did by 2. And since we're leading with France, and especially since I'm happy to blame the French if they don't come to our aid in the end, I'm going to invest here in France, and I somehow had 300 MPPs per chit in my head. However, it's only 200, so I'm gonna invest all the remaining 3 chits we have into France. 1 chit gives us a 3% chance per turn to get a 7 to 10% increase in the relations. So we'll have a 9% chance. If 1 hits, it only decreases by 1 chit, which we can reinvest. And if the AI is crossing 70%, I think the Union will have the chance to lower it by event. So yeah, there's some kind of, they can absolutely counteract. But still, yeah, we'll just try it, and I feel like it's like either go hard or go home. So we're gonna go hard and invest all the 3 this turn. This is being this decision is being supported by the fact that our production technology is already at 78%. So I expect some breakthrough soon, which would lead to cheaper production. So it's okay to move up, and we have a lot of divisions incoming already after the last purchase. You see, this should be at least nice for the winter. So yeah, we can afford to slow down on the production a bit, and we'll invest 3 chits in France. Let's go. So we have a 9% chance of diplomatic hit every turn. And we have 600 MPP remaining. I was thinking of engineers and maybe another native unit, which is exactly 625, so a little bit too much. So I'm gonna simply go for 600 MPP for 2 more divisions still, which will be helpful for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we just got the Jackson HQ, which is I think a pretty good one. This is a very good question, since where we put it down. We have Longstreet coming in October, so soon as well. We have another Jackson, also coming in. So yeah, we have plenty of HQs. No, this is this Jackson actually. Yeah, I always mix this up. Let's have a last look. How strong is this Jackson? It's an 8, so it's actually our best general for the moment. And 8 is the very important level that gives us even a, remember, if you have a general of 8 or more, it gives you a prepared bonus, increases it from 25, this one, when you attack from being here in this position already, to 50% as far as I think. So it is very relevant, especially the 8 ones. So yeah, can we use it here? Or is this about speed anyways, and if we needed this very strong one, it's here for potential either breakthroughs into Maryland or to defend off this area? Yeah, yeah. I think here's the place to be, and then we can... Maybe can exchange Polk down here, or somewhere here, just in the, or here, just as a reserve HQ. I kind of want the really best generals here at the main in Central Front. And I don't know, the decisions haven't been made where the, let's say, next spring offensive is going to happen. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be here. You see it's even yellowed up because it's T8, so it's really essential. And the Union for sure doesn't have such a great general at the moment, so this is one of our absolute edges. So perfect, yeah, so basically we've done everything that we wanted to do. And yeah, so then let's send the turn and see if we have some events going on. And yeah, Fighting Spirit falls due to the loss of Cumberland. Nice. Okay, Kentucky prepares for war. So we have Kentucky coming in next turn, I guess. Drove Confederate bushwhackers again. Norfolk. And yeah, disruption of the convoys. Ah, yeah, and we're developing spying intelligence. Yeah, so I hope we would be one ahead of the enemy now. So next turn I'm going to reinvest immediately. So we collect 1,100. We're missing the cotton sales 175 by now. So yeah, it's getting less. But yeah, still we have a solid income, and yeah, I hope we can use it for our purposes. So yeah, thank you for watching, and please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Leave me your opinions, yeah, especially regarding a potential spring offensive. Where would you put down the units? What would you be your targets? Please leave me a subscription especially, and yeah, thank you for watching and see you next turn. Bye.